I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. May the immortal soul of Henry Martineau rest in peace, now and forever. Amen.
Dr. Drayton? I'm sorry to intrude. My name is Alan Stacey. I wonder if I might have a few words with you.
I know very well who you are, Professor Stacey. I've been expecting you at any time these last 3 years.
Really?
Well, now that you're here, I think you better come back with me for a drink, Professor. And give Harry's immortal soul here a bit of a rest. After all, poor thing's been wandering about for the past 40 years.
I suppose the rector at St. Brillard's Church mentioned that I wrote to him.
Oh, no, I've known about you ever since you started work on Harry's biography.
Really? How?
Through friends. Just what is it you want from me, Professor?
To solve the mystery, I suppose. I know all there is to know about Martineau up until 38 or 39, but then, just as he was about to start the most important theoretical work of his career, nothing.
And once the mystery's solved, what then? Will you pick apart his corpse and print, Professor?
I don't know why, but I was drawn to war. I went to Vietnam as a journalist until a bullet through the left kneecap sent me home for good. But Martineau did the same thing in World War I. He joined up while he was still underage and spent a year in some godforsaken trench in France. And then he escaped to academia.
And wondered why nothing else ever seemed quite as real as the death and destruction of war.
In a way, yes. I suppose researching Martineau's like finding out about oneself.
Have you ever heard of the SOE, Professor?
I think so. It was the Special Operations Executive set up by Churchill to coordinate the European resistance, wasn't it?
Set Europe ablaze. That's what the old man ordered. I worked for them.
And Martineau?
Look up on the piano. The end photo in the silver frame. Doesn't look much like a professor of philosophy there, does he?
Where was it taken?
In Jersey. Not too far from here. May 1944. The 10th, I think.
Jersey, but it was occupied by the Germans then?
Indeed it was, Professor. This one, I don't keep out on the piano. For obvious reasons. That's Harry, too. Most new Standartenführer Max Vogel. Colonel to you. Harry did have a weakness for uniforms.
But this other man in the photograph isn't it Owen Rommel?
I think you could do with another drink, Professor. Explaining may take a while, but I can't think of anything better to do on an afternoon like this. Can you?
Saladin into square 6, heading east. LST Tiger Block to square 5, head south. LST Tiger Block maintain course. Prepare to swing southeast. Saladin make zigzag north. Maintain 5.
Out here, sir?
We're heading for Devon, not the coast of France.
What time do we hit the beach?
About an hour.
Just at dawn. It's like the real thing, huh?
Yeah, except for the bombs and the gunfire, blood and the random dead body. Exactly like the real.
What are those up there?
Flares, British patrol boats. Been seeing them all night. It's probably nothing to worry about.
Dougal Monroe. Who is it? Good God, Jack. It's 4 o'clock in the bloody morning. Tonight? Are you sure? Well, I'll be right over.
Lime Bay, here in Dorset, bears enough similarities to the Normandy beaches for the Americans to train there. Last night's convoy consisted of 8 landing craft, escorted by HMS Saladin and Saracen. They were intending to do a practice beach landing somewhere up here. But they were attacked at sea by German E-boats. What do you think? It's the 5th and the 9th flotillas.
Any damage?
2 landing craft sunk, others hit, loss of numerous tanks, armored vehicles, plus 200 sailors, 450 soldiers lost at sea.
We lost 700 American servicemen last night. 700, and we haven't even started the invasion yet.
It gets worse. 3 men on board knew the details of the invasion. Where, when, everything.
What the hell were they even doing in the exercise?
You'll have to ask the Americans. But I don't think there's any danger the Germans pick them up. I mean, looks like a hit-and-run tactic. And the way the current goes, most of the bodies will wash ashore in the morning.
Most. I hate to say this, but we better pray that none of those 3 men survive the night. Because God help us if they do.
Gentlemen, to our Führer and to our Reich. And to Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, who so honors us with his presence tonight. To victory. To victory. In the hope that the Field Marshal might be willing to stay with us a little longer, we've arranged for some entertainment in his honor. Lights, begin.
Never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game. Play it how I may. I was made this way. I can't help it.
It was a disaster.
Calm yourself, Conrad,
Der
please.
Fool-König never even got near the Führer. All he managed to do was blow himself up outside the main gate.
That seems rather careless of you.
For God's sake, killing Hitler is nothing to joke about. The Gestapo could be onto the conspiracy at any
Just a
time.
bit of gallows humor, Conrad. And the others? How are they?
Determined, as ever. They want to meet with you and plan another attempt as soon as possible.
Curious, isn't it? That all the dreams of glory should come to this. These so-called heroes of the Reich plotting to assassinate Adolf Hitler.
More pitiful than curious, I think.
But we must stop this madness, Conrad. And if that means killing Hitler, then so be it. Tell them I'll think of something.
I'm not sure meeting in public is a good idea. If the Gestapo do have suspicions about you, you could already be under surveillance. And God knows what they do.
The SS would give anything to hang me, Conrad, and I dare say this meeting could very well be the rope. But they said I was a magician in North Africa. Perhaps I can pull another rabbit out of my hat.
And so, Colonel, please, do excuse us. Can we continue, Herr Feldmarschall?
But of course, the show.
Lights.
Captain. I know I haven't offered you much. Just sand, heat, and scorpions. But one more push, and it's Cairo. And then, gentlemen, give me victory, and I will give you the world!
I hope you're not offended.
Offended? I think he's marvelous. Marvelous! Who on earth was that?
Our orderly room corporal, Berger. Apparently, he used to be some sort of cabaret performer.
Hofer, I think I've found my rabbit. May we join you, Corporal Berger? Of course, sir. You did a wonderful impersonation of me, Berger. Both the voice and the appearance. Most professional. I try, sir. And brave. Ah, so you were on the Eastern Front. And in the Africa Corps? So, we are comrades. Were you at El Alamein? No, sir. I was wounded at Tobruk. I'm a plain man, Berger, so listen carefully. Your impersonation of me was so good, I see a military advantage. Perhaps we can fool the enemy with it. Where is Rommel? Here, there, everywhere. Yes, I like it. But to make sure that it works, I need one more performance, somewhere remote. Shall we say next Friday? Tomorrow you will meet with Major Hofer there about the arrangements, and then perhaps some more tests. This is, of course, between us. Good night. Mama, if you could just see me now. Bad enough having to pose as this Goyim, Erich Berger, but as Rommel. If they hadn't already killed you, then this will.
Stop.
Mais qu'est-ce qui vous est arrivé? Oh, mon Dieu.
Where am I, friend?
No, Jersey.
Where's the boardwalk?
What?
Never mind. You're French.
Oui, from Jersey. But my husband is English. He's in the North African Tank Corps. My name is Hélène Deville.
Kelso. Colonel Hugh Kelso, United States Army.
You are American?
Yes.
How did your plane come down in the channel?
Ah.
Oh. You need to get to a hospital.
Does that mean Germans? No, no Germans. No Germans.
Just lie still. I'm going to a friend for help. This is a friend. General Sean Gallagher.
Your leg is very bad, Colonel. You need a hospital and a good surgeon.
No. Hospital, no. Germans. Better to shoot me. No.
Why?
She called you General. Is that true?
I was in the Irish Army. I served with the Brits in the last war.
Then you understand why I can't tell you anything more than I already have.
No use. Nothing more we can do here.
This just came into SOE, General. 2 of the men we're looking for were found dead this morning, floating underneath the docks at Plymouth. The third, Colonel Kelso, was washed up on Jersey, alive. We got word from France. He's being hidden by a Frenchwoman, Helene de Ville, and an Irishman called Sean Gallagher.
Couldn't be worse. There's no resistance movement in Jersey. No one to call on. God knows how long this de Ville woman and Gallagher can hold out. We'll have to send someone in undercover. By Thursday at the latest.
It would take a very special man, General.
Only one man ruthless enough to walk straight into Jersey and put a bullet between Kelso's eyes, if he has to. Harry Martineau.
I must remind you, General, Martineau was promised after that affair in Lyon that his services would not be required again. His nerves are shot, he's out of condition, and he's hitting the bottle. Don't you think it's time we left him alone?
You're a nice fellow, Jack, but it's not a nice war. Come on, let's get out of here.
The station is ominous at midnight. Hope is a dead letter. Face it, Harry, you're a lousy poet. Hello.
Harry? Dougal Monroe.
How's it going with Martineau?
Something wrong with his phone. I'll have to drive out there tomorrow.
I got that young lady you picked out of the files, General. She's a bit fagged out. The bombing's taking its toll tonight. She's just come off a double shift at the Cromwell Hospital.
All right, just send her in.
Yes, General. Miss Drayton, would you care to come in, please?
Sit down, please. Sarah Ann Drayton. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I'm General Monroe.
Glad to meet you, sir. Is this about the intelligence job I applied for last year?
She applied for one of our openings last summer, sir. That's why she was on our files. We turned her down.
Oh. No. Now, a few things first. It says here you're a widow. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. He was RAF. We eloped the day before he entered training in 39. He was shot down in a bombing run over Germany in 40.
I see. Many lovers since then?
I beg your pardon?
Have you had many affairs since then, Miss Drayton? Or if you find that a bit too personal, is there anyone special in your life at the moment?
No, no one. Now, has there been? I never work less than a 12-hour shift at the hospital. Barely have time for a meal and a bath at night, let alone a man.
You were, born in Jersey, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Speak fluent French?
Of course. May I ask what this is about?
We know that your mother was Margaret de Ville. Do you by any chance know a Helene de Ville?
She's my mother's cousin.
And Sean Gallagher?
The general? Well, since I was a child.
And the last time you saw them?
1938.
Good.
Is it? How nice. I've watched 2 children and 1 grown man die today because of the bombing. I've worked 24 hours straight and have another shift starting at 6. I'm sick of death, sick of the war, and sick of you 2 prattling on at me about God knows what. So either tell me what you want, or let me go home and get some sleep.
It's quite simple, really. We want you to go to Jersey for us.
But Jersey's occupied.
That, my dear, is precisely the point. Strange chap, Harry Martineau. I've never known anyone like him.
What you told me, neither have I.
On the one level, he's a scholar, a philosopher, a poet, full of sweet reason. But on the dark side, a cold, ruthless killer. And there's a curious lack of emotion in him. Of course, all that was very useful in the job he was doing for us for the past 4 years. Oh, by the way, when we get you to town, I'm going to make you an officer in the Wrens. We prefer our people to hold some sort of commissioned rank. Any luck, Harry?
It just ran out.
Come on up to the cottage. Someone I'd like you to meet. The station is ominous at midnight. Hope is a dead letter. Time to change trains for something better. No local train now, long since departed.
No way to get back to where you started.
Still writing bad poetry?
Always did. You haven't changed, Dougal. Still reading other people's mail.
Train stations and dead letters. Who knows, Harry? Perhaps your train has arrived.
I made tea for everyone. Oh, I hope that's all right, Colonel. I'm Sarah Drayton. I believe we're going to be working together.
Are we?
Miss Drayton just joined us, Harry. It'll be her first time out.
My God, Dougal. You are a bastard. Now we're dealing with rank amateurs. You were with a Gestapo in Berlin. You arrested a young woman called Rosa Bernstein. You probably don't remember the name.
Ah, yes. She was a Jewish member of the Socialist Underground.
I was told by the time you'd finished with her, she couldn't even walk to the firing squad.
Nonsense, the firing squad didn't come into it. She was hanged, standard procedure. What was she to you?
I loved her.
This is the key to the whole mission, Harry. This officer acts under my personal orders on business of the utmost importance to the Reich. All personnel, military and civil, without distinction of rank, must assist him in any way he sees fit. Signed H. Himmler, Reichsführer SS. Notice the other name?
Hard to miss.
There are about a dozen chaps of these. Special envoys who float around Europe and put the fear of God into every poor bloke they meet. Beauty is, nobody knows who they are. I've got our forgery department working on a full set of papers for you. And Max Vogel, Standartenführer in the SD. That's the Special Intelligence Department of the SS, responsible only to Himmler himself.
So, I'll arrive on Jersey's fair shore and scare the hell out of everyone.
Well, you must admit, you do a very good Nazi, Harry.
What about the amateur?
You'll need some credentials for the DeVille woman and this Gallagher chap. Well, Sarah's related to one and knows the other. She hasn't been back to Jersey for 6 years, so it's doubtful whether anyone apart from those two will recognize her, especially after we've finished with her.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait and see.
What if I can't get Kelso out?
Up to you, Harry.
So, you've appointed me executioner again. What do you think of all this?
Well, it's all new, of course. But it does seem as if it could be rather interesting.
Interesting.
Gentlemen, Führer has given us a simple task. To keep the enemy from our beaches. And I say our beaches. Because Europe, indivisible, is our goal. And there is no chance of failure. Because the destiny of our Führer is God-given. So, gentlemen, please join me to our Führer, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler! Adolf Hitler! How am I doing?
Berger passed with flying colors. You should have heard the speech you made.
I will give you the world. So, it's set. On Friday morning, you will fly with Berger to Jersey in the Channel Islands, unannounced. On the pretense that I wish to make a snap inspection of defenses there. Then, while the Gestapo is convinced that I am away, I'll meet with Falkenhausen and Stauffenberg about when and how we will make our next attempt.
Sometimes I wonder which is the bigger risk, the conspiracy against Hitler or this charade with Berger.
The risk, Conrad, is allowing this dance of death we call our destiny to continue.
In normal circumstances, we'd give you a thorough grounding in weaponry as part of a much broader course, but obviously there isn't time. So we'll just familiarize you with some basic weapons you're liable to come across.
That might be helpful.
Good.
Now this is the standard issue to ladies, .25 caliber. It's very, very small and light and very easy to hide. I've known some ladies to take it in top of their stockings. Not being personal, ma'am.
Oh, it's all right.
Try that for weight. How does it feel?
Fine.
Good. Well, come along here. Now then, ma'am. Present to that target there. Aim for his heart. Just breathe and squeeze. There you go. Great.
Not if she's aiming for the heart. As I have to take care of this amateur and time's short. You mind if I take over, Sergeant?
I guess so.
Now, this is a Walter PPK, semi-automatic. Look at this. Magazine holds 8 rounds. Push this, and you're in business. Now, come with me. If you can put the barrel against somebody's body and pull the trigger, do it. It's the only sure way. In any case, never get further away than this. And don't aim. Just point and shoot.
That wasn't bad, was it?
No. But could you do it if it was a human being?
I think so. But I might ask the same of you. I've heard a lot of talk, but not seen much to justify it. Doesn't care for me much, does he?
I wouldn't say that, miss.
It's not you, my dear. I don't think he likes what he sees in himself sometimes.
When till you see yourself, dear, are you going to be surprised? Oh, dear. Next comes the makeup.
They say it shouldn't take more than half an hour, the flight. They'll drop down at Granville and then rendezvous with the resistance there. There's only one snag. There's no transportation laid on for them to get to Jersey. They will need to warn them that they'll have to find their own. Apart from that, we just wait for the signal from the Free French.
No one's even told me my name yet.
Anne-Marie Latour. Good God.
Good God is right.
Is this your bright idea?
Well, General, there is a fair trade in ladies of the night between France and Jersey, and as Sarah has the figure, I just thought...
Your mind turned to French tarts?
Something like that.
Well?
Or what?
Well, from the way you're looking at me, I assumed you might have something to say.
Not really.
You are the most infuriating man I've ever met.
You're right. But only because I work at it harder than most. Why don't you let me raise the white flag and buy you a drink?
You sure I'm presentable enough for you?
Well, don't worry. An amateur like you could never begin to look like a pro.
Here we go. You want to be more careful, mate?
Whatever you say. Make yourself comfortable. I'm gonna get some cigarettes.
All right.
nice little place just round the corner.
That's enough.
Who the hell are you? Her father?
Oh, leave off! He doesn't mean no harm.
Get him out of here.
Another time, mate.
That was quick.
I feel, I act. I'm a very existential person.
Existential. What the hell's that?
It's a philosophy I played around with at Oxford.
What does it mean?
Lots of things. The part I like best is that you create values in life by living each moment to the fullest.
That's exactly how I felt since we started this. Like every moment was crammed with as much as it could possibly hold.
You like it?
Better than cleaning bedpans at the hospital.
Now then, mate. You and me aren't finished yet.
Is that right?
Go on, Smitty. I've got the girl. Do him up.
I'm going to, aren't I? You bastard.
Look at this.
Colonel.
Stop! Better get a doctor. And tell your friend, the next time, it'll be the death of him.
Pick him up.
I think I understand what Captain Carter meant now. You don't like what you see in yourself because you enjoy it all so much.
Morality, a word, a game in your head. You better learn this. From here on, you're going to be staring into the face of evil. And the only way to survive is to be even less human than they are. There's no stepping back from that. No room for doubt. Do you know how the Gestapo break a woman agent? Multiple rape. And if that doesn't turn the trick, then electric shock is next. I had a girlfriend in Berlin. She was Jewish.
I know. They told me all about you, Harry.
Did they? Well, they don't know everything. They don't know the man I killed in Lyon is the man who killed Rosa Bernstein.
That's it then. You got your revenge, and pound it means nothing.
There's SOE headquarters. You better get to your room.
Scared of being human, Harry?
Message to the Free French. It's a go. You fly out from Hornley tonight. The resistance people in Granville will meet the drop and keep you overnight. They can't help you with transportation, though. So it'll be up to you to get a boat over to Jersey. Here are your personal details. Anne Marie Latour. Age, birthplace, etc., etc. Just one thing. Your relationship with Standartenführer Vogel must at all times seem convincing. Do you realize what that entails?
You mean sharing a room? It's all right with me. It's all right with the Colonel.
No problem, Dougal.
Remember, Sarah, you're going to a unique place. The Channel Islands are the only part of the British Isles occupied by the Germans. They've been there since 1940. And there's no knowing what the mood of the population is. Most of them are probably still loyal to the Crown. But there may be a few collaborators about. Don't trust anyone. Ball's in Harry's court now, Jack. All up to him.
And Sarah Draper, Jim.
Oh, yeah. I like that young woman.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to meeting my first Nazi. No. But I wouldn't say I'm dreading it either. I'm ready. That's all I mean. I'm ready.
That's when you were, huh?
No, not really. But I've seen my share of blood these past few years. Bombing victims, people blown to pieces. Some so bad that death's a mercy. Takes your tears away. That's a kind of training, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Dear mother. What will you do once you get there? If the man is so important, you can't take any chances, no?
He deserves a chance. If I can, I'll get him out.
But if you can't? Huh? If anything goes wrong, you better take care of the girl, too. Before the Boche get their hands on her.
May I come in?
Looks to me like you did.
Well, I couldn't sleep. Feel edgy. Going there tomorrow and all. Just didn't want to be alone tonight. You never get like this, do you? Nervy. Unsure?
Used to. Long time ago. Want one of these? It's a nasty habit, but it's a comfort.
Why not? God. That's a comfort, is it?
You get used to it.
I'm not sure it's worth it. You sure this isn't too human for you?
If I were you, it wouldn't be me I'd be worried about.
You think I'm far too delicate and middle class to really know what I got myself into.
So, you've come here tonight to prove me wrong, is that it?
I don't think I really care what you think. I came here tonight because I wanted to. Sort of like that existential bit of yours.
I suppose. You feel? So you act. My God.
I'm not sure it's you anymore.
It isn't. Not in this uniform. I'm Standartenführer Max Vogel of the SD. Feared as much by his own people as he is by the French. This isn't a game anymore.
I know, Harry. I know.
Allez, 5,90 uniques de verre. Qui en profite? Oui, ça vient. Tiens, le rapporteur. Allez, 5,90 c'est la ligne. 11,90 le verre. Et 1 kilo pour le monsieur. On va en manquer maintenant, on va en manquer. On ne va pas pour tout le monde. Faites un petit tour de marché, c'est plus moins cher. Oh là là, je suis placé comme dans un fauteuil.
Board Officer Schroeder. My name is Vogel.
How can I serve you, Standartenführer?
Kindly read this. I need passage for myself and Mademoiselle Latour to Jersey immediately. I took the liberty of having our luggage put aboard a gunboat that was preparing to leave.
Oh, yes. Captain Dietrich is leaving for Jersey tonight. You will take the Standartenführer, Dietrich, won't you?
Of course, sir. There is one problem, however. Regulations forbid the carrying of civilians on a fighting ship. I can accommodate you, but not the charming young lady.
Then what do you suggest?
A cargo ship, perhaps. Lieutenant Orsini here of the Italian Navy is commanding a gun crew on a freighter I am escorting. You might travel with him.
No. I think I should see some of your work, Captain. I will travel with you. Mademoiselle Latour can proceed with Lieutenant Orsini if that is all right with him.
Of course, Standartenführer. It will be a distinct pleasure.
See you later, Max.
On Jersey. I understand our convoys are often attacked by RAF night fighters, Captain.
Frequently, Standartenführer. But we are expecting bad weather. I am told the RAF will be busy elsewhere tonight.
Terror bombing the brave civilian population of our cities, no doubt.
For the mademoiselle?
Thank you.
Count, are your gun crews turning to?
Yes, Captain. All at action stations.
Very well.
Allow me.
Count?
There are many counts in Italy. Don't let it worry you.
I thought Italy capitulated last year.
It did. Except for the fascist fanatics who decided to fight on under the Germans.
You are not a fascist.
You mean like your German friend? No. To be honest, I'm not anything. I loathe politics. But I was assigned to the Germans before capitulation. So, it's either this, or a prison camp. They won't let me command a gunboat, though. Probably think I'd escape across to England.
Would you? What is it?
A torpedo attack! Come on! Let's go this way.
Dear 270. Give me flank speed.
You're turning away from our ship.
It has been hit by British gunboats. My job is to pursue the attacker.
The people on board.
That's it. Later. This is business. Now keep out of my way.
Go now!
For God's sake, it's one of ours!
It's British! It's British, Niagara.
Yes, I can see that now.
I knew there was something different about you.
No,
Don't worry. I like you. That's enough. Now hold on. It could be some time before they come to pick us up. You'll need oil for that, Kara. Mystery piles up on mystery with you.
Are part of my fatal charms.
And very fatal if an instrument like that is involved.
We are docking in half an hour. You take care of yourself, huh?
We will.
Where's the gunboat?
Probably heading west to look for survivors. I see the police are ready and waiting.
Lieutenant, Captain Miller. Orsini. Quite a night, I hear. You too were a passenger on this ship, I was told. Mademoiselle Latour. Latour. A remarkable escape. You lost your papers?
No, I have them.
Your bag?
But of course.
I'll use your cabin for a moment, Lieutenant, if I may. If the Standard de Fury doesn't arrive, I'll take you to my billet at the Deville Place.
Mademoiselle.
You are aware, I'm sure, that there's a very serious penalty on any civilian caught in possession with a firearm.
Yes.
It's yours, I take it.
It was a gift from a friend. These are troubled times, Captain.
What kind of a friend would encourage you to break the law so flagrantly?
One like me, Herr Captain.
Herr Standartenführer?
You are?
Captain Karl Müller, in charge of the military police here in Jersey. This is Inspector Kleist.
My name is Vogel. Please, sweetness. Mademoiselle Latour has done me the honor of choosing my friendship. Some of her countrymen do not approve. I prefer she can defend herself if she needs to.
Of course, Herr Standartenführer.
Good. Then you will be kind enough to wait for me on deck.
Certainly, Herr Standartenführer.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
I'm glad you're here. Were they the Gestapo?
Well, they wish they were. They're military field police. Still dangerous. Are you all right?
Yes, thanks to Guido.
Guido, is it?
He saved my life. It was horrible out there. I think he knows I'm British.
What?
But he might be helpful. He's a count, an Italian aristocrat. He's no fascist. The truth is he doesn't give a damn about politics, just himself. He likes me, Harry.
Does he?
One other thing. He's billeted with my Aunt Elaine in our old home at Deville Place. He was going to take me there if you hadn't arrived. Well, maybe he could arrange for us both to stay there.
Papers signed by the Führer himself. That's very impressive.
Too impressive for my taste. Where these fellows go, trouble's bound to follow. I'd like to know what this Vogel is doing here.
You can't very well ring up Himmler and ask him to fill you in on his personal envoy.
There are other ways. Ernst, Your brother's working at the Gestapo headquarters in Berlin, isn't he?
Well, he used to, but he's at Stuttgart now in criminal records.
He must still have connections. Give him a call. He should ask about Vogel. I want to know how important he really is.
But calls for Germany are being routed through Paris, sir. They can take up to 16 hours.
Then book it now, Ernst.
Yes, sir.
Willi?
Yes, Captain?
Make sure there's a Kübelwagen delivered for Standartenführer Vogel. We want to keep him happy. For now.
I can't believe I'm back here.
Hello. Can I help you? Oh, good morning, Count. Safe passage?
Oh, not very, madam. We met up with a few too many British torpedoes, I'm afraid. 4 of my gun crew are dead. Oh, may I present Anne-Marie Latour? She went in the water with me. And Standartenführer Vogel.
What can I do for you?
Put us up. I will be in the island for a few days. We need quarters.
Impossible. This is a billet for naval officers only.
The matter has been decided. Please, show us to our rooms.
At the moment, the house is empty, but our best rooms have been taken by the Navy. So I'm afraid your rooms will be small.
Don't you know me, Aunt Elaine? It's me. Sarah. Didn't the Resistance tell you we'd be here?
Oh, my God, yes. But they only said British. Oh, no one said anything about you. Oh, yes.
Colonel Harry Martineau, madame.
Oh. I think you took a few years off my life just now, Colonel. And you, child. What have they done to you? Oh.
None of the Germans know about this room, Colonel, so he's safer here than anywhere else on the island. No, this is Colonel Martin of the SOE. He's on our side.
Colonel Hugh Kelso?
Yes.
Don't look very well, Colonel.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to try to get you to England.
Well, I was prepared for the alternative. But I hope you can.
What you need is a hairdresser.
Are there such things these days?
There is one, at least, in Saint-Hélier.
Well, what do you think?
My dear. The dress, a little obvious. Oh, just what is the situation between you and this Martineau?
Ah, he's the most infuriating man I have ever met, and the most fascinating.
I suppose you will both sleep in here, then?
Well, I am supposed to be his tart, Aunt Elaine.
Captain Müller wanted me to mention that he's spoken to Major Necker, the military commandant, and that the Major will be at town hall this afternoon if you care to see him.
Thank you, Inspector.
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler.
I don't like them.
But they brought us a car.
I still don't like them. Come on, I'll give you a tour of the island.
The A tour or the B tour?
The A tour. Definitely the A tour.
What is it? Something that I think bears investigation.
Most definitely, yes.
God, I love this place. It's home. Where I belong. Where do you belong, Harry?
Hard to say. No family to speak of. Haven't been back to the States in 10 years. Nothing much for me in England. Maybe nowhere, love. Maybe nowhere at all.
The eyes are the window to the soul. I'm looking into your eyes, Harry. But I'm not looking into your soul. What are you hiding in there?
Shut up! Just be a good girl and I won't hurt you.
Just remember who's next, Willie. Remember who's next.
Come out here, you bastard!
Run up to Mr. DeVille's house, go. Go!
Like all Irish, you are a drunk and a fool.
Only half Irish, sir. So make that half drunk and half foolish.
Talk away, it won't do you any good.
Hell, you're going about it all wrong. Try using your head for something more target. I don't think much you're kicking either.
You bastard!
Put it away. Now! You're a disgrace to the Reich. I will speak to your commanding officer. Now leave. Well, we certainly made an impression. Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler, Standartenführer.
Major Necker, if you'd be kind enough to read this.
If I could know the purpose of your visit?
Not at this time. All I need is assurance of total cooperation as and when required.
But of course, that goes without saying.
Heil Hitler.
Hi, Hitler.
As a soldier. Kill me now and get it over with. It's the only sure solution.
I don't want to hear that talk. I didn't bring you here to be killed, for God's sake.
Well, whatever we do, we've got to do it soon. The Jerrys could get wind of this a dozen ways. The Colonel's only got a bit more penicillin, and that's gone. The doc says the infection could come back full force.
What do we do, Harry?
Get to France. They can pick us up there by plane.
Yeah, but how? Sea traffic's closed up tight. Every ship that leaves the harbor, even a lifeboat, has to have German guards on board.
I offer no threat, I assure you. I just saw Sarah come up here.
Your love of the romantic is going to get you killed, Count.
Please, I know nothing of what's going on here, except that the gentleman there is in desperate need of a passage, and as an officer in the Fuhrer's Navy, I might be able to help.
It's a risk, but we'll take it. Just remember, if we're discovered, I'll assume it was you, and I'll kill you before I do anything else.
It will be a pleasure to work together, I'm sure. I knew there was something different about you from the moment we met, Cara.
Do you think it'll work, Harry?
Sure. If Orsini gets us a boat. If he doesn't turn us in before then. If we're not blown out of the water on the way over.
A trifle gloomy, aren't we?
There are 50 million people in France. Do you know how many are in the resistance?
I have no idea.
2 lousy thousand. Now that's gloomy. I don't know why we try.
I do. Don't you?
It's getting late.
Why do you?
You want to see in my soul, Sarah? All right. We'll open a window. In 1917, I was set to go to Harvard. Then America entered the war. I was underage, but I enlisted and wound up in the trenches of Flanders. Whatever they say hell is, that was it. So many dead men you couldn't count them.
It must have been terrible.
It was. And I loved it. My life became real then. Bloody and exciting I couldn't get enough of it. You understand that?
In a way.
Then I ran away from it. Back to Harvard and Oxford. Books and dust.
And a war came round again.
And so did I. See, you were right. I do enjoy it. So there you are, Sarah. The window's open. And inside, it's dark as night.
Well, Corporal, you made it past my own men. I'm impressed. I do think I'm getting a feeling for it. One has to have a sense of panache, of power. Yes. I think you're quite ready for tomorrow.
Major, it's from the airfield. They say it's important.
All right. Necker here. I am on my way out, so... Oh, my God. What's his estimated time of arrival? All right. Organize a guard of honor. And General Smetters out of town. Get his Hawk limousine. I'll be there as soon as I can. Linda!
What is it, sir?
Rommel.
Rommel, sir?
Find me my Batman and my new boots. And get Mimel on the phone. Dial him!
You wanted us, sir, Captain?
Yes, come in. Something up? An understatement. Rommel is flying in on what looks like a snap inspection. I have to go to the airport immediately. Ernst, you can drive me.
What about me, sir?
You? With a face like that? I don't want you within a mile of Rommel. You better take a couple of days off. And stay out of the way. Come on, let's get moving.
I see.
What is it, Harry? You look awful.
I should. The roof just fell in. Field Marshal Erwin Rommel is coming to Jersey to inspect security.
When?
In 30 minutes.
Thank you. They've just been cleared to land. A tremendous shock for us. The Field Marshal coming in out of the blue like this. But not to you, I think.
I can't imagine what you mean, Major. What's that transport plane doing here?
Now, that's the mail plane. They make the run once a week. Always under the cover of darkness. Flew in last night.
And leaves?
Saturday night. Oh, excuse me. Hitler. Herr Field Marshal, a great honor.
And you are?
Necker, military commandant. If only we'd been aware that you were coming.
Well, you weren't. Now, who have we here?
Soldatenführer Vogel, Herr Field Marshal, who I think you may know.
So, when Martineau and this Berger fellow met, both thought that the other one was the real article.
Oh, yes. Berger thought Harry was old chums with Heinrich Himmler, and Harry thought Berger was the Desert Fox himself.
And both were afraid that the other one would discover who they really were.
Exactly.
Now, who have we here?
Soldatenführer Vogel, Herr Field Marshal, who I think you may know.
No. I have never had the pleasure of meeting the Field Marshal. Heil Hitler!
Captain?
Müller, sir. Commander of the GFP.
Delighted, Captain. Gentlemen, I am sure that with time we will all meet. But, Major, as I shall be leaving tomorrow night, I suggest we get started. I wish to see everything, the entire island.
Of course. But the Luftwaffe officers have a light luncheon arranged, Herr Field Marshal. It would be an honor if you would consent to join them.
Certainly. But afterwards, Major, we must work.
You look sad, Kara.
Not sad. Frustrated. Harry's out there walking into God knows what, and all we can do is wait. What?
Just one of the sad rules of love. The greatest riches always go to those who are least deserving.
Meaning you think I love Harry?
Well, don't you? You worry me, my dear. There is something about that one. He plays his part far too well.
I know.
I don't think you do. He would kill us all. If he had to. Just remember, if you turn to him one night and feel nothing but eyes, I will never be far away.
A perfect day, Necker, for an inspection.
Couldn't be better, Herr Field Marshal.
What is this place?
A camp for the torch workers, Herr Field Marshal. Poles, Russians, Jews. We use them to build the fortifications. You will see their work on the coast later. Time presses, sir.
Of course, onwards.
Drive on.
The plan is to leave tomorrow night on a supply ship with Orsini. You'll pose as a German sailor hurt in that attack the other night.
No, that'll never work. I don't speak any German.
Orsini will take care of your papers. I can scrounge up a uniform. Your face will be bandaged. You won't have to speak a word. The biggest question may be if you can hobble along on crutches on that bum leg of yours.
Yeah, well, I'll be all right. What about Martineau?
Well, don't you worry about him. The devil always takes care of his own.
The landing defenses in the west seem in order, Necker. The guns are magnificent. And to be doubly effective in a land battle.
But the guns cannot turn around, Herr Field Marshal.
Obviously. That's why I say they would be utterly ineffective in a land battle. Now, please, may we continue this inspection, Major?
Of course, Herr Field Marshal.
Captain Hyder. My sincere compliments on a most excellent battalion. Berlin will hear of this. Well done.
Thank you, Herr Field Marshal.
Necker.
Marshal?
This is a most fascinating place, Necker. You say it is Captain Hyder's billet?
Yes, sir. A bit splendid for a captain, if you ask me.
Captain of the line and also a hero of the Reich, may I remind you, Major?
Of course, sir. I didn't mean to infer...
Did you serve in Russia?
No, sir,
No. I like it. Speak to Hyder. Perhaps you'll lend Hofer and I his quarters for tonight, and also a cook.
But I hoped you may join us for dinner at the Officers' Club in St. Helier.
Some other time, Necker. It's been a long day, and we still have a full schedule ahead of us tomorrow.
As you wish, Herr Field Marshal.
Superb. This place is perfect. Just the right amount of isolation. You are...
a genius?
You'll see. Corporal?
I'm gonna kill Rommel. Bloody hell.
It's trading a few lives for thousands. The invasion of Europe is imminent, and Rommel commands the defending force. With him dead, it could throw the whole German army into chaos. I can't turn my back on it.
So you want us to move Kelso out of here for Helen's sake?
Then I want you to take care of him. Kelso's known the odds from the beginning.
And the girl?
If possible, get Orsini to take her to France. If not, I think it's better for her not to be caught. Tell her it's my idea to move Kelso. Then tell her I'll be back to help. With Sean. Don't wait for me.
I think the uniform is very handsome.
Good luck, love.
Come in. Still at work, Herr Kapitän. Barely starting. With the field marshal here, I've fallen behind almost everything. What do you want? Well, the phone call to my brother came through. I've just been talking to him. What did he have to say about Vogel? He never came across his name at Gestapo headquarters. But GSD are housed in a different building in Berlin, so there might be good reason. There is someone who might know more, though. Who? Lotte Neumann. She's a friend of my brother and an SS auxiliary on Himmler staff. Will he talk to her? Tomorrow morning. He's promised to get back to me as soon as he can. Excellent. She should be able to tell us something about the mysterious Standartenführer Vogel. Good work, Ernst. Thank you, sir.
I want another drink.
It's closing time, sir.
I want another schnapps.
All right, well, make it your last.
I could have taken him apart if it hadn't been for Vogel. God, them Irish. Drunks and fools, every one of them. Another.
Ugly, bleeding bastard.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Nothing. Then I'll leave you nothing for your trouble.
Still no sign of him?
No.
I'm sure he's all right.
Terrible habit. I'll blame Harry for this years from now, I suppose.
I've been thinking, Sarah. What happens afterwards? When you get back?
Hard to say. Nursing's been a stopgap. It's medicine I'm really interested in. But after this, I've never known a man like Harry. Never known anything like what I've been feeling.
It is a temporary madness. Like the war. Not real life. Neither is Harry Martineau. He's not for you, Sarah.
I know. But it's got nothing to do with me. It's beyond all reason. All control.
We can always control things if we want to.
The problem is, I don't.
It's past 11. We've got to get going.
But I still don't understand.
I told you. It'll be easier to get the harbor from there.
But Harry's not back.
He'll meet up with us. Now, come on, dear.
What a night.
What a day. The most remarkable of my life.
Yeah, and still to come, the second act. Speaking of which, I could use some sleep.
I'll wake you if you're not up yet.
Yeah, good idea. I know I should be up at 5, but one can take this living the role just a little too far.
See you then. Herr Feldmarschall.
Oh, just there. Thank you. Good night.
Now, we're face to face. You deserve that much.
Is this some plot of the SS to get rid of me?
This has nothing to do with the SS.
Look. This is all a mistake. I'm not Rommel.
I'd expected better from you. But we never know how we'll face death, do we?
I tell you, I'm not Rommel. But look, I'm an actor. It's a performance. My name's Eric Berger, Corporal Eric Berger.
That's Hebrew. Who the hell are you?
My real name's Heini Baum. I'm a Jew. You see, the real Eric Berger was killed 4 years ago in an air raid on Kiel. I found him in a cellar with his family, dead. Oh, the poor Schlemiel. But there he was, about to go off the war, and what happens? He gets killed before he can even report. With his call-up papers there in his pocket. So, well, it seemed crazy, but then I realized what better place for a German Jew to hide but in the German army.
It takes guts. What about this Rommel masquerade?
Well, what about you? I mean, what sort of SS are you?
Harry Martineau, British Secret Service. Cheers.
British? Oh, well, now I see the humor of it. Well, Harry, look, listen. I know I shouldn't know this, but Rommel has been meeting secretly with some generals, German generals. Yeah, I think the fools are plotting to kill Hitler.
Well, I should think you'd approve.
Well, they're all Nazi bastards, but, well, over the last few days, I've got to know Rommel a little, and he's a good man, just on the wrong side.
What would you say if I ask you for a favor?
What sort of favor?
A ride to England.
Yeah. Oh, you're joking, huh?
Not really. There's an American officer. I've got to get off this island. And there's a mail plane scheduled to leave tomorrow night. Now, I can't touch it. But what do you suppose would happen if Field Marshal Erwin Rommel were to appear just before takeoff and commandeer the plane?
Probably nothing.
Exactly. The best thing about being Rommel is that Everyone does just what you tell them to.
Well, you saw me a moment ago. I'm an actor, not a hero.
England is freedom. And if you stay, what then? More war? More chance to get your head shot off or discovery in a concentration camp? I'm not talking about heroics. I'm talking about escape. Do we have a deal?
What about Hofer? He's not so bad. I shouldn't want to hurt him.
Well, I'll think of something. Just be sure you have lunch where I live tomorrow. The DeVille Place. We'll finalize things then.
Gilligan, I'm going to bring trouble to you.
I have to talk to you.
Where have you been? Has something happened?
Things are looking better.
What?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Sarah and I will go ahead and make sure the cottage is ready. Come on.
There's been a change in plan, Sean. But we will continue to your place. Ready, Colonel?
Let's go.
It's open.
Go! I'll shoot her if you run.
I can't, Sarah.
Look out, Harry!
quiet, and I'll blow this one's head off. Drop your guns down, you two, and kick them over to me. Now! Harry. The SS must be doing its recruiting at some strange places. You, put him down! Then all of you against the wall. Hands on your head. Against the wall! And who are you? An American. This gets more interesting all the time. I never liked you, pretty boy. All you Italians have ever done is give us trouble.
Amazing, it can talk.
Now then, you bastard. I've been waiting for this. I haven't even started! Get up! I said get up, you Irish piece of dirt!
Half Irish. I told you that before.
Well done, Sean.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, it's all over. You got a dead Nazi, they're gonna be tearing up the island.
Not necessarily. So ends the master race.
We can only hope. All right?
Almost.
Watch out.
Perfect.
They're here. Did everything go well?
Well enough. The patrol stopped us on the way back, but the colonel did his Nazi bit. They jumped like trained dogs.
All that's left then is to make sure there's a boat ready for tomorrow, right?
Changing plans, Colonel.
I thought there was something. What have you been up to, Harry?
I've gotten us a ride in a great, big airplane.
With who?
Field Marshal Erwin Rommel.
After you killed Rommel, you were going to kill Kelso too, weren't you, Harry?
It seemed necessary.
And me? Would killing me have been necessary as well? I see. Would you at least felt sorrow, Harry?
Or is that too human for you?
It doesn't matter what I feel. I made a decision to kill Rommel, whatever the cost. Given the chance, I'd do it again.
Yes. I suppose you would.
A lift, Kara?
No. Thanks anyway.
I told you, didn't I? Ice. Down to the bone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Every time I turn round, my life seems to be on the line. I haven't quite got used to it yet.
Yeah, I don't think you ever do.
Bought you some biscuits. Never know what the general's got about.
Look at you. You're not only beautiful, but you're a genius as well.
If I didn't know better, I would have guessed you were Irish, judging from that Blarney.
Yeah, well, that's a good guess. You're from Jersey, aren't you?
Yes.
Must be hell for you. Seeing it like this, you know? The Nazis, the fear, all of that.
I try not to think about it. Though hell's a word for it, all right?
Funny. I find it reassuring somehow, you know? Lets me know what we're up against. What we're actually fighting for. Listen, there's some pills over here. Could you pass them to me?
Of course. Is this your family?
Yeah,
Oh, they're lovely.
thank you.
Who's this?
That's Susan. It's my daughter.
You must adore your little girl.
Well, she was born 3 months ago, so, actually, we haven't been introduced yet.
Really?
Penicillin. Well, they say it's a miracle drug. Let's hope we could all use a miracle or two.
All three.
Yeah, or 3.
I'll make some tea.
You know, Martineau still planned to get you to France. You know that?
No, I didn't.
Gallagher told me last night. He hoped that Orsini could get you there.
That's fine for me. But what about you?
Me? As far as I'm concerned, I've been a dead man since the day I went overboard.
You don't look so good.
Neither would you. The driver down here looks like a piece of cooked meat.
Find any papers?
All burned. Same with his clothes. But I wrote down the number of the car.
From what they say, he's pretty unrecognizable. I can imagine. I want us both to oversee the post-mortem. Discretion is essential. I don't want any word of drunkenness getting out with Rommel around.
What was he even doing out here? That's what I don't understand.
We'll check with the officers who are patrolling the area. Who knows? Maybe they saw something.
Yes, sir.
Ah, Necker. A well-run, but a rather antiquated hospital. But I suppose it will suffice, as most of the patients suffer from nothing more than piles and boils. My God, what is the German army coming to? However, I suggest a revision of facilities. If the English land here, there'll be heavy casualties. You must be prepared, no?
Yes, I feel Marshal.
Good. And now, lunch.
The officers at Battle HQ were hoping to detain you.
Oh, perhaps somewhere in the country. Vogel was telling me he's billeted in a manor called the Ville Place. You know it?
Of course I feel Marshal.
Oh, good. We'll lunch there. I doubt if the owners will object. Especially if you provide the food and wine.
Of course I feel Marshal.
Herr Field Marshal, with your permission. Thank you.
My compliments, Major. You have handled things remarkably well. At such short notice.
We do what we can, mademoiselle. It's not every day Rommel comes to visit.
Still, I expect you'll heave a sigh of relief when the Field Marshal takes off tonight.
A big sigh, Herr Vogel.
Tell me, will he take off before or after the mail plane?
He hasn't said. But in my opinion, you should fly under the cover of darkness. The mail plane usually leaves at 8 for the same reason.
You're absolutely right, Major. I will speak to him about it.
Excuse me.
Herr Vogel, a picture? Perhaps with the beautiful mademoiselle?
But of course.
Thank you.
Herr Field Marshal, would you do us the honor?
My pleasure, mademoiselle.
Thank you.
Mademoiselle, may I introduce you to my aide, Major Hofer?
Oh, but of course.
Got you a present from Dr. Hamilton. The drug is old, but it's the best you can do. Though he wouldn't promise how long it'll keep off or out. And I got Kelso, a Kriegsmarine outfit from a crooked supply sergeant I've been dealing with. I told him we're putting on a play in the parish hall.
Did he buy that?
He wrote my sovereigns, too. But the Jerrys love theater, Colonel. Can't you tell by the uniform?
Standartenführer, I wonder if I may have a couple of words with you. In private.
Of course. What can I do for you, Captain?
My man Kleist was killed last night.
Messy business. His car went over a cliff at La Moire.
Was he drunk?
Perhaps, yes, perhaps. The thing is, we can't imagine why he'd even be in such a remote place.
A tragedy, then, but what has this to do with me?
We ran a check with the patrols near there. It seems you were stopped at La Route du Sud at approximately 2 o'clock this morning.
Correct. But I still don't see the connection. Please, get to the point, Müller. The field marshal is waiting for me.
I was wondering what we were doing there at such a time.
Were you? Well, it just so happens I was going about my business, Captain. I'm to make a full report to Herr Himmler on the security of this island. I'm sorry to say, it will not be favorable.
I don't understand, Herr Standartenführer.
No? Then I will make it plain. Excuse me. Last night, I left here at midnight and drove through St. Peter's Valley and continued on to Grieve-de-Lec. Just after 1, I reached the top at the north end of St. Owen's Bay, having taken a back road around Les Longs. Now, all these locations have important military installations, am I right?
Yes, Herr Standartenführer.
Well, don't you get my point, Müller? I drove through some of your most sensitive defense areas and was stopped only once. En route du Sud, by 2 soldiers by the side of the road who appeared to be smoking a cigarette. Would you consider that satisfactory?
No, Herr Standartenführer.
Then I suggest you do something about it. Now, I'm afraid I've kept the field marshal waiting too long. Excuse me. I want you to invite me for a drink at the end of the day. Just you, me, and Hoffer.
And then?
I have a sedative to put him to sleep. We'll lock him in his room. I'll come back with Sarah and Kelsey at 7. The mail plane leaves at 8.
Are you sure this will work?
I told you. No one says no to Rommel.
You know, I have just one regret.
What?
I'll never get a part as good as this again. Never.
If you feel like being sick, Captain, the bucket is over there. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Thank you, I'm fine.
You may want your handkerchief, Captain. The smell.
Oh, I need to talk to you, Herr Captain. Please.
Now, what is it, Ernst?
It's the call, sir, from my brother. He's heard from that Neumann woman in Berlin.
What did she say?
She's never even heard of Vogel.
Never even heard of him.
So what are you going to do now?
Let's wait till Speer is finished with the post-mortem. Then we'll see.
A most memorable visit, Major. Thank you.
I am pleased. Everything has gone so well, Herr Field Marshal. We arranged...
Yes, we'll see you at the airport at 8.
Yes, sir.
Standartenführer, a drink?
Delighted, Herr Field Marshal.
Hofer, come.
Ah, some cognac, I think, Hofer. And won't you please join us?
Of course.
Ah, what an extraordinary place. In peacetime, one must feel quite free up here. Don't you think so, Conrad?
Certainly, Herr Field Marshal.
To us, gentlemen, to soldiers everywhere who always have to bear the burden of man's stupidity. Now, please, can we get on with this?
What is this? Who are you?
It doesn't matter. I'm certainly not Standartenführer Vogel any more than Berger here is the Desert Fox.
I see. You're some agent.
I said it doesn't matter. Sit down.
Very well. If you're going to shoot me. Get it over with.
Normally I would. But I've got an idea what you're up to, and the last thing I want to do is get in the way of a plot to kill Hitler.
You think I'm good just to sit here and let you cook? Sit. Sleep.
Mazel tov.
Thank you, Hans.
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, yes, quite definite. I'll show you. See the discoloration here? That's blood. And that's what gave me the clue that something sharp shared right up through the neck into the brain stem.
And it can't be explained by the accident?
Absolutely not. There's no way to be certain. I'd say your man was stabbed under the chin. Does this make any kind of sense?
Unfortunately, it does.
Who is it?
It's me.
You're leaving already?
To get Kelso. Just be ready when I get back.
I will. Don't worry.
Sarah. Six o'clock on the dot.
Right.
Do I interrupt something?
Not really.
Good. Just warm champagne. But I wanted to have a chance to say goodbye.
You are sweet, Guido. In spite of yourself.
That's not exactly what I wanted to hear. This is for you.
Thank you.
And for me. Here's to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Not forgetting love.
Yes, not forgetting love. Though we sure as hell can try.
There. Sarah can fix this up a bit. But I don't think I did half bad. Now, let's see how you get on.
So you're a help.
Excellent, Colonel. Perhaps we can walk to London.
French tart.
Mademoiselle, Captain Muller was looking for the Standartenführer. Do you know where he is?
I have no idea. Is there a problem?
Perhaps. So, you have no idea when he will be back.
No, none at all.
But you are dressed to go out.
Mademoiselle Latour was going to take a walk with me.
Ah. Well, if the Standartenführer isn't available, we have to make do with Mademoiselle. Take her to the car.
But I protest.
If you do that, I like it. Perhaps you would be so kind to inform the Standartenführer that if he wants to see Mademoiselle, he must come to my office.
What happened?
Mueller and Greiser showed up. They were looking for you. They've taken Sarah to their office.
What will we do, Harry?
I'll take Colonel Kelso to Berger. If worse comes to worse, they can go to England together.
What's your plan, Colonel?
Stay alive.
Can you get me a rifle, Count?
I think so, yes.
What are you thinking, Sean?
This whole thing could turn to soup. I want something more than a pig sticker if it does.
Ah, there you are, Vogel. Corporal, dismissed. I'll call you when I need you.
Trouble. Berger came looking for me at Deville Place. I wasn't there, so he took Sarah.
Oh, so now you're going to the rescue, huh?
You could say that.
Harry? Oh, so you are going?
I have to.
I should have known it. Beneath that cynical skin, there beats the heart of a romantic.
You think so?
Martineau, romantic. Sure.
But not me. Believe me, my friend, I've had enough heroes to last a lifetime. Except, perhaps for this one. You know, Harry said the best thing about being Rommel is that everyone has to do what I tell them. So, shall we see if he's right? Get me Captain Hyder!
Of course, Herr Field Marshal.
Can I help you, Herr Field Marshal?
Call the airfield. Message to Major Necker. I shall be later than I thought. Tell him also that I shall be returning to France, not in my own plane, but in the mail plane. Have it ready and waiting for when I arrive.
Very well, Herr Field Marshal.
Also, I shall need your men armed and ready to go in 5 minutes. In my room, you will find a wounded sailor. Have someone help him out and put him in the scout car.
I don't understand.
You will, Captain Hyder, you will. Now, send that message.
Yes, sir. 5 minutes, Herr Field Marshal.
Nothing here, sir.
So, you are from Pine Paul.
That is right.
Sophisticated clothes for a Breton girl from a fishing village.
But she's been around this one, haven't you?
Where did you and the Standartenführer Vogel meet first?
Paris.
But there's no visa for Paris amongst your papers.
Yeah, Luan, it ran out.
Have you ever heard of the women's prison in Troyes? You haven't. I can assure you, it's a very bad place for a young lady like you to be.
I do not know what you are talking about. I've done nothing. Why have you come?
Because of you.
Why shouldn't you have come here, mademoiselle? Ernst, you better relieve the Standartenführer of his gun.
You are a fool, Mira. There's nothing in this. The lady and I had a fight, that's all, a personal matter. I said some harsh words to her, which clearly upset her. I have come to apologize.
You have an answer for everything, don't you? Standartenführer. What if I tell you that the medical examiner has determined that Kleist was murdered last night? What do you have to say about that?
You are overstepping your bounds, Müller. I assure you, when I speak to the Reichsführer...
Enough! Himmler's office has never even heard of you!
Nonsense!
Nonsense. Maybe. You know, there are things I have no taste for. But others do. Like Ernst here, for instance. It's a very strange thing about Ernst. He doesn't like women. Still, I think he would like to discuss this whole affair with Mademoiselle Latour in private. Though I doubt if she would.
I don't know. I think she might even get to like it. After I've taught her some manners. Herr Feldmarschall, this woman murdered Captain Müller.
Hyder, arrest this man.
Take him.
Back to your vehicles!
What was it you said about having a romantic heart, Heine?
So I had a moment of weakness. Now, please, can we get out of here? It's true, Harry. People do tend to say yes to Rommel.
Come on. Let's follow this lot. I have a mind to see what the outcome will be. No. You go home.
But...
No buts. All hell could break loose. I don't want you there if it does.
Herr Mayer, the Field Marshal is on his way.
Thank you, my dear.
Sweet Jesus, they've raised a bloody army.
Can't you go any faster?
What now?
We wait. We pray.
Herr Field Marshal.
Becker, my apologies, but I had things to do. Captain Hyder was good enough to assist me with his men. Most promising officer.
The mail plane is ready, but...
Yes, I know it's sudden, but my stock would never do. That sailor was injured the other night in the convoy attack and is in need of treatment at the Burns unit inland. Again, Necker, my deepest thanks for a most successful visit. You may be sure that Berlin will hear about this.
Thank you, Herr Field Marshal. Herr Field Marshal, what about Major Hofer?
He will be here at any moment to fly back in my stork. Idiot.
Who the hell is that?
Oh my God, it's Hofer.
Who?
Roma's aide.
We better go home and get our story straight before all the questioning starts. They bloody well did it.
Yes. Though I still say the bastard doesn't deserve her.
Why can't? I believe you've fallen in love.
What is it, Major?
They left.
Yes, just now.
Oh, damn.
The Field Marshal said you are to follow in the stalk.
No, not the Field Marshal.
Not the Field Marshal? I don't understand.
Just get on a radio and scramble a night squadron. Let's get moving, Major. We've no time to lose.
Better?
Thanks. It's good to be out of it.
My name is Brown, Herr Field Marshal. Sergeant Observer. If there's anything I can get you, a thermos flask of coffee or...
Thank you, no.
The pilot, Lieutenant Saucer, would take it as a great honor if you would care to come up front.
There's just the two of you.
All that's necessary on these mere runs.
Tell Lieutenant Saucer I will take him up on his offer when I've finished my cigarette.
Certainly, Herr Field Marshal.
You all right?
Quite.
You're sure?
You mean am I going through hell because I killed a man? Not at all. My only regret is that it wasn't Kreiser. That one crawled out from under a stone.
It's a tough lady you got there, Colonel.
Not bad for an amateur. Ready?
Showtime.
Everything to your satisfaction, Field Marshal?
I think you could say that.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Actually, there is. I want you to haul this thing around and fly 40 miles due west until we're completely clear of all Channel Islands traffic.
I don't understand.
Perhaps this will help you.
Then you can turn north and head for England.
England?
That's right. Your war is over, my friend. Come on back here. And mind your manners. The lady knows how to use that. Head west, 270.
West.
West? They're headed to England, then. Any news?
Bad news, Major. All night fighters in Brittany were scrambled and they will go for operations over the Reich. Heavy bombing raids are expected in the Ruhr.
Oh, my God. There must be something, for God's sake.
There is. Ju-88S, night fighter. Port engine needed a check, but wasn't ready in time to leave with the squadron.
But it's ready now.
Oh, yes. He's just taking off from Cherbourg and should catch up to the mail plane in no time. They'll either turn back or be blown from the sky.
Turn back?
Of course, for interrogation.
I see. Talk to the pilot. We don't want him to take any chances on them getting away.
But Herr Major...
You heard me. Send him an order to shoot on sight.
Hello? Cherbourg Control. This is Jersey Control. Jersey Control.
General, this just came in.
Good God. This is extraordinary. Even for Harry.
I've alerted the RAF to give them protection.
Get word from the Lambert Home. With any luck, we can meet them there.
What do you make of this Rommel business?
Interesting. Too bad about this Berger fella, though. Him being in our hands could scare them off from killing Hitler. I mean, if what Harry says is right. Don't you think so?
Yes, I read you. Well, that's it.
Everything okay?
Couldn't be better. Just talked to our people in England. They're sending an escort for us. Courtesy RAF. You all right?
Yes.
Dinner at the Ritz tomorrow night?
By candlelight?
I have to bring my own. Now, you said something about coffee.
Go ahead. What is it, Harry?
Luftwaffe night fighter.
We've had it. He's too fast, and he's going to shoot us down.
He said that?
No, there is no radio contact at all.
That doesn't make any sense.
Perfect sense, my friend, if they don't want us back.
Damn! They found Hoffer.
He's dead.
What do I do? That thing will blow us out of the sky.
Dive.
What?
Dive. I'll tell you when to pull up.
We've already lost too much altitude.
Look, he's fast, right? Oh, with a little luck, maybe he'll be too fast. Let him come around again. And then when I tell you, dive. Dive, now!
My God, what a great last act.
You've lost the night fighter.
What do you mean you lost it?
I'm not sure, but they were both on the screen. Then the fighter disappeared.
You mean the mail plane?
No, the mail plane's still there.
Impossible. Cherbourg Control? This is Jersey Control calling Cherbourg Control.
Oh, I'm sure it's the mail plane, sir. It's heading west.
Yes? I see. No. No, of course not. Thank you. They think it went down.
The fighter.
There's no way we can stop them.
No.
What happens when Berlin hears about this? A bleak prospect, Nick. for us all.
I said 15 minutes and it'll be all over, maybe less. There's a whole squadron of RAF escorting us in.
I feel as if I'm breaking out of something.
I know what you mean.
Do you? Are you sure? Harry, I was at Stalingrad, the greatest disaster in the history of the German army. Over 300,000 dead. 300,000. Me, I was just wounded in the leg and was flown out in a plane like this one the day before the airstrip closed. The very next day, it was all over. Those who stayed were either prisoners or corpses. So tell me, why them, not me?
I spent years trying to figure out the reasons for and the answers to questions like that.
Did you?
No. I finally decided there were no answers. And precious little reason.
There it is!
Standartenführer, won't you join me?
Stay where you are!
Put those rifles away, we're all friends here!
Hold your fire!
You were right, Harry. No sense. No reason to anything.
Don't talk. We'll get a doctor.
Last act. Say Kaddish for me. Promise.
I promise.
An accident, Harry. One of the RAF lads panicked.
Accident? When I did your dirty work for you, you called it cleaning the slate. Sometimes I wonder who the enemy is.
Oh.
There's your American colonel if you still want him.
What did he mean, say Kaddish for me?
It's a Jewish prayer of mourning. Usually, someone in the family takes care of it. But all of his have gone to the bloody ovens. Well, now you know. Your education is complete. No honor, no glory. Just Heine over there lying on his back. Did I tell you how well you've done?
No.
You were good. So good, Monroe will try to use you again. Don't let him. Go back to that hospital of yours.
Do you really think I could go back to all that? After all we've been through?
Why not?
Because of you. Damn you! Because of you.
What happened afterwards?
To me and Harry, you mean? We both continued working for Dougal Monroe, believe it or not, and lived together in a flat, their headquarters.
Were you happy?
Best months of my life, really. But Harry needed more.
More?
Action. I couldn't stop. Just couldn't. Monroe sent him and a pilot off on some scheme across the Rhine. They came back together in a German aircraft and were shot down by our own people. Like Heine. No reason, no sense. No one even found the body till a few weeks ago. Dug up with the plane in some Essex bog.
I see. So you were never married?
Whatever gave you that idea? I may be Sarah Drayton now, but I was the Contessa Orsini. We were very happy until he died in a car crash 5 years ago. Dear Guido, he always understood what he called the ghost in my machine.
Martineau?
Yes.
I've taken up more than enough of your time, Dr. Drayton. I really must be getting back to my hotel. Thank you so very much.
You're staying at Saint-Brelade.
Yes.
That'll drive you down.
No, there's no need to. It's not far.
It's no trouble. I want to take some flowers to Harry anyway. Come on.
So, you and Orsini lived here all these years, then?
Oh, no. Oh, no. We lived in Florence. I only returned to Jersey a few months ago.
Oh, really?
Mm. about you, Harry. No reason and no sense. Never was. Never will.